scan and everything. I don't know how much they scout without scanning, but I'm just wondering how he's going to deal with the army that CNProtoss is pumping out.
Yeah,
because
I mean,
he has all these bio units, but
yeah, it's pretty standard TVP practice to go for just bio, but it's actually fairly important to know, I guess, how quickly they're going to be going into maybe Tempest. Like if you're planning on going for Liberators, you do want to scout if they're going to have the availability. Oh, actually, nice wood of mine. If they're going to have the availability to actually counter those Liberators, because the end game goal for Terran at this point is trying to get Liberators. The matchup kind of changes from thinking that Protoss is OP to thinking Terran is OP if you can get that high count of Liberators.
Liberators are OP, especially
yeah, okay.
ranged Liberators.
Says the Zerg, all right, whatever. But if the Protoss is already in a stable position and you didn't get away with a lot of greed yourself as the Terran, which Illusion definitely has not, then they can already pre-counter you basically, either by a mass amount of Blink Stalkers, which of course Protoss is his name. Protoss did get, or by going for the double Stargates earlier than you would usually think is actually what CNProtoss is also doing.
Yeah, I really like the placement of that Overseer because he's definitely, or did I just say Overseer?
Yes, you did.
I meant Observer.
Close
I'm
enough.
so sorry. Because he's definitely seeing everything coming his way, and he's not super prepared for it.
Oh, he did miss up the pickup right there. It was a little bit mismicroed. I was going to say not bad if he had gotten away with maybe 2 full medevacs full of units, but only with barely 1. Not so great. Trading out with Protoss is just, again, not...
Yeah, that was not a good trade out.
Yeah, first of all, it wasn't a good trade exactly, but even if it was, it's not exactly the same as it was in Heart of the Swarm, where trading with a Protoss, reducing their army meant a lot. In Legacy of the Void, Protoss is kind of matching your basic unit production with their own mass amount of gateways. We do have Adepts or Disruptors coming out, as well as that Fleet Beacon. CNProtoss is definitely anticipating the Liberator switch, but I'm not even sure Illusion knows about a Liberator switch. Like, I really don't know how up-to-date this guy is on the current strategies. Warp Prism got into the natural. The Warp Prism, that Widow Mine didn't get to the Warp Prism. It must have got something else, so...
Oh, he's got DTs. Does he have a... I thought he had a turret. Oh, he doesn't have any D-tag. Oh, that's gonna... That DT's gonna get a lot of work done.
Yeah, that does suck for...
I was so sure there was a turret in his back.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very common practice, so, like, I don't know if there was... But Orbital Shipyard especially has been so played out that you basically put a Widow Mine and a missile turret, and you know the Warp Prism is probably going to come that direction. Right. So I don't blame you for thinking that there was one. And maybe there was, but something took it out. The Warp Prism did live, though, so whatever it did didn't actually affect the Warp Prism at all. And that's just not a good feeling for Terran to know that Warp Prism is out and about, ready to come back in. Now, I will give credits again to Illusion. He, his macro is still pretty on point, and for as, kind of as bad as this game has gone, first he lost a ton of workers, he didn't get that greedy of a build off, he hasn't been trading so well, his stim was kind of late. He's matching supply pretty well. Now, I do know that there's some disruptors on the field. This one is very annoying.
Oh, they're not gonna
And there it is. Oh, that split was pretty damn good, though. But the second split is not. Oh, God.
We have to remember there's also a DT in his army that's also continuing to just do damage.
What the fuck was that? These guys did play each other before. I don't know if I mentioned that. And actually, Illusion ended up winning, I think. So I did forget to mention that. So even though Illusion has been a little off the game recently and how Protoss is, it seems like his micro and his macro is still carrying him through anything else. And his macro is actually still on par, although he did miss that disruptor shot. This Doom drop in the main base is pretty good.
He's definitely going to get that disruptor.
Oh, Jesus.
Absolutely.
Okay, good. He sniped it.
He's going to do some supply damage here. Oh, no. Okay. I was going to say that pilot only has a breath left. He just has to blow on it.
Nice targeting on those robos. I mean, the disruptor count is only at 2, and that's honestly not that many. 4 is a pretty good amount to consistently send the balls out and actually do a consistent damage, but he's also rallying off to the left. He's really trying to pull CNProtoss apart. Not doing a terrible job of it. He's on 4 bases. CNProtoss is on 5, but he can continue to afford to do attacks like this. I'm just really scared that, either High Templars are going to come out, start feedbacking those drops down, or the disruptors are actually going to get those good shots that they almost did, almost those perfect shots they almost did in the last fight. Oh, the Doom drop? No, just 2 drops. Observer did see that, I believe. High Templars would be such like easy pickings off these medevacs. They're pretty high energy.
Yeah, those 2 dropships are going to do a really good counter for this attack that's coming up here. So we're going to be pretty distracted. He's not gonna be able to split it.
Yeah, they go to the natural. Though there were Blink Stalkers actually, so that was taken care of. Very, very nicely done. That is a dip in Illusion Army supply he really couldn't afford. Down by about 30-40, as opposed to 20-30. But CNProtoss isn't in too much of a hurry to push forward. He does have a good enough army too, that's for sure. Like, he should push forward. I think either CNProtoss likes Tempest in general, which is possible, or was anticipating that Liberator switch, and now he might have done it like, okay, you're not getting Liberators. Like, I think I can actually push into a defended area.
Yeah, I would definitely be feeling very confident right now if I was CNProtoss. I mean, he just held that really well back at home.
Yeah, the temp is of course raining from behind, and it looks like Illusion is going to go down here in game number 1. That attack at the 4th base looks like it's going to be cleaned up. And that was Illusion's kind of his last hope here. Again, if there were like 6 Liberators, even with the Tempest, it's a little like questionable if CNProtoss really want to push in there. But with only Bio, it's kind of a no-brainer. I'm actually surprised that CNProtoss is as scared as he is.
I agree, especially with that 1 turret there. I mean, how much could that really do?
Yeah. A couple of Widowmines are actually going to... Okay, 1 Widowmine. Nope, not even 1 Widowmine. But he blinks on top of the Bio army. That's how confident he is. And that is going to be GG. Protoss takes the first game.
I think this is a best out of 3, or is it a best out of 5?
I think it's a best of 3. I think the final is a best of 5.
Oh, it's a best of 5.
Oh, because it's the losers final, I guess? Okay, that makes sense. So losers final best of 5, and then winners is best of... well, it's a... What do you call it? Extended? No. I actually forget what the actual term is. But basically, the winner, whoever goes on to face the winner, will have to defeat him twice to actually win. Whatever that one's called.
Yes, I saw that in the brackets, and I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. There aren't too many tournaments left over, like that, I mean to say like actual tournaments, like whoever wins is the winner and wins the grand prize pool. That doesn't double elimination anymore. That was MLG's shtick, basically.
Gotcha.
And now it's kind of relegated to qualifiers where more than one person actually wins, you know, gets qualified.
Okay.
So. It's interesting though. It's usually a really good system to put in for when tournaments really doesn't have, you know, a buttload of players. Mm-hmm. You know, DreamHack has like over 200, 300, something like that. So maybe don't do double elimination there, but certainly in a place like this, it does increase the chances of the better player moving through as well. No shenanigans or cananigans sometimes.
Yeah, I definitely feel like if I was one of those guys, I wouldn't be so stressed out and I wouldn't be so like nervous if I had that many chances.
Yeah. That's another thing Illusion would really have on his side. I mean, being an ex-pro gamer means a couple of things. So it means that you have probably your base skill set is already higher than a lot of people who have recently gotten to Masters or even Grandmasters. Mm-hmm. But it also means that you're going to be a lot more calm, either in a tournament structure. So like me casting Illusion doesn't mean squat to him. Like who the hell is this chick, right? But to someone else, they might be like, oh my God, Base Trade TV is casting or something like that. But also desperate situations in game, they tend to be a lot more relaxed about. They've faced plenty of like down by 1, down by 2, down by 3 even in the series before and made comebacks.